looks me in my eyes and says, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I had a threesome with two 16-year-olds. I'm like, bro, what? Like, how could you tell me that?
We're all face, and I ended up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17.
And I don't know what to do or what to say at this point.
Hey, yo. What it do, man? What we got today, bro? We finally know why everyone's leaving Faze. Huh? Raggy? We finally know why everyone's leaving Faze? Why is everyone leaving Faze? What happened? Black Boy Max left Faze. I have no idea who else left Faze, I'm not gonna lie. I know they rebranded, like they changed out a lot of the people, the old Faze members, to these new gens because, I don't know, they're probably trying to pander to the new audience and who's popular and stuff, trying to be slick. But Faze has always been a sketchy organization, man, I think. Of course, they make good content so people want to brush it off and stuff, but yeah, you can kind of see through, like, yeah, no, this is not a place, I don't think it's a place I would want to be in, like, the kind of environment. Well, who know, I don't know much about it. Let's find out why everyone's really leaving Faze.
Don't care who you are, don't care if it's my own brother, bro. You're my brother, I'm snitching, I'm sorry, but like, that's just wrong. And brother, everything I say on my mother's heartbeat, everything I'm saying is true. And I just genuinely hope he can confess to it.
Is this a Faze member?
And says, bro, I'm not gonna lie,
I don't know who this is.
16-year-olds. I'm like, bro, what?
So goody?
Like, how could you tell me that?
Sorry, what?
We're all face, and I end up.
Oh, hold on.
Hope he can confess to it. This dude looks me in my eyes and says, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I had a threesome with two 16-year-olds. I'm like, bro, what? Like, how could you tell me that?
We're all face, and I ended up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17.
And I don't know what to do or what to say at this point. But all I can say is, I mean, if it hasn't been said enough already on this call, stay away from underage girls, boys and girls. We have a lot of young men watching this stream right now. It's clearly and obviously not worth it. We're talking about a company and a brotherhood that was built over the course of how long, Rain? 15 years, more or less, right? And it's clearly coming to an end, you know?
If you thought Faze was coming apart as it seems before, then man, oh man, this
Yo,
takes the
what
cake.
are
Yesterday, a
these
member of the
dudes
original Faze group,
doing,
Faze
bro?
Rain, came to social media with some shocking news that a lot of people weren't expecting. It was totally out of the blue, out of the random. But at this specific time, in the state that Faze is in right now, where Banks is off the internet, Max just left for some very cryptic reasons. To be quite honest with you, this is the last thing that they needed. But the world needed to hear the fact that one of the members in the Faze clan was having sexual relations with somebody who was a child.
On a regular
I
basis.
want to put everything to do with me and Faze to rest, bro, because there is so much I haven't said. And honestly, at this point, bro, I don't give a I think I'm going to collect my thoughts tomorrow and I'm going to say everything, bro. Every single thing that I know. And I'm going to collect my thoughts because I have an eidetic memory, so I remember everything and anything. Not only did you guys air me out, y'all mother sold me out, y'all scammed me behind my back. And honestly, I just had an epiphany about it because I'm like, bro, I've covered, not even covered about it. I was just so sad about it for so long. I was so, I've been up over that pedo like 2 years, bro.
Why did you choose to bring it out now, though? It's been 2 years. You knew this shit 2 years ago and you kept it to yourself? You're still just as bad. You know that? You're part of the problem. You know that? Why did you keep it to yourself? Why are you bringing it out now? Because they pissed you off? Because something happened and now you're upset? Why is it coming out now? You've been sitting on this for 2 years, bro.
I haven't said nothing about it.
Now, for those of you who are probably looking at this screen, questionable, that is Faze Rain, somebody who is a part of what the new age era calls the old Faze. This isn't about, you know, Silky. This isn't about Ron. This isn't about Max, Rage, Lacey. This isn't about Jason. This isn't about any of those new guys. But it's about the old Faze, the entire organization, and seemingly some secrets behind dealing with some children. Now, there were a lot of other things mentioned because that old Faze generation, I've been noticing there's been a little bit of bitterness this in the water, and some of them have spoken out since, but this is now just Faze Rain's turn to kind of give his take and his opinion on this brotherhood that was established between these guys and what has happened since, you know, him distancing himself, since the changes, etc., etc. And honestly, it doesn't look the best. A video back in 2022 started some of his earlier grievances with the company and the brand itself.
This is a decade-long problem, man, with a lot of legal shit around it. So now it's turned into multiple problems. It's not just the initial problem I had in the beginning. It's a lot deeper than that. And yes, I'm going to say this now because they're probably going to try to say, well, he's only doing this because we owe him money and he's mad. They do owe me money, yes, and they haven't taken care of me, yes, and the money that I bought the Counter-Strike team for, it took them 6 years to pay me back, yes, I never got $1 or a brand deal, yes, that's all true. They're going to say that, and that is a frustration of mine, but I obviously held that in for years. I held that frustration in for years, and it was never the reason that I was going to do this or speak publicly, because if they just owed me money, I would have handled it a different way. This is a lot deeper than that, and a lot of my brothers don't see the actual issue here. They are being taken advantage of.
But there's two things I took away from that in the research of this video is that one, this group things, there was a big brand buyout from Faze. There was a lot of stuff going on legally. So I can understand how, you know, there might be some frustrations there. That stuff has already been squashed for the most part. You know, I know that there's still some people who are jaded about the situation, but nonetheless, that's not my business. But two, and most importantly, which leads us to this conversation today, is that he's still holding some stuff in. There's still some things that he's not 100% spilling the beans on, which leads us to these pedo allegations.
I wasn't even pushed out. I left. There's a fucking involved too, bro. I don't give a fuck if I get sued. I could give a fuck less. I always stand up for what's right. That was like that was the final straw, bro.
Whew.
The final straw 2 years ago? I'm sorry, I can't get over that, bro. You knew that was the final straw. If that happened 2 years ago, was it really the final straw? Or you waited for 2 years later for something else to happen that really broke it, fucked you up, bro? It's good that you're coming out and saying this. That like, yo, these people are doing weird shit. Why did you wait 2 years? That's the thing with human beings, bro. You be like, people want to come out and try to act like they're wholesome and stuff too, like they're clean and everything. But it's like, no, you sat on this for 2 years, brother. You're just as dirty. Why didn't you say it? Again, it's good that he's letting this out now, but goddamn, bro, you're killing it with the fact that you kept this a secret, bro. Why did you keep it a secret? Because you wanted to stay in good with the Faze class? Because you wanted to keep making money? You're not a great guy, it sounds like. I'm gonna expose these guys, bro, because I'm better than these guys. No, you're just a slimy gang.
Brother, speak it. It's gonna come out eventually. Now, the only issue that I do have with what he said is not by saying the initial name in the beginning. There's a specific reason why, and I'll get to that in a minute. But if there is somebody who is out there touching and messing with kids, let the world know so we can shun them, so we can have the proper opinion on them, so we can understand who we're dealing with in real time. The reason why I did not like the fact that he kind of left it up to open air and interpretation, it was because, one, there are a lot of members in Faze. My first thought was, who could this be? I went down.
And he's still not even saying the full thing because he's not calling out who did it. He's not calling out the person that's involved. So if you're not gonna do that, then shut the fuck up. Why are you doing this? You're trying to get attention now.
On the timeline, somebody threw out the name like Bronny James, and I was like, what? But then I had to realize Bronny is also a kid, so it definitely couldn't have been Bronny. But nonetheless, I also knew that a lot of people would be very, very mean in this conversation. There's two people in particular that I knew would probably get the brunt of this, and that is Max, because he just left, and then also Banks, because he is somebody who the internet feels very much up in the air about it, especially after leaving the internet.
No way people are thinking Max did some shit like that. I imagine Max just, what I would think the internet's going towards, at least what I start thinking towards, is I'm like, oh, Max saw that they did some weird shit like this and said, I have to distance myself from these guys. I am not with this behavior.
People out of some cryptocurrency. I knew that they would get unfair treatment in this conversation, so I am glad that Banks came out and actually cleared this up, because this is a serious allegation. Even if people feel like I should feel some sort of way about Banks, even if you feel some sort of way about Banks, yeah, he might have scammed some people. He does not need pedo allegations. That's crazy.
First thing I'm gonna say in this video is I'm not a Rain is not talking about me. There, I got it out. But yeah, I'm getting fucking spammed in my mentions right now on Twitter, asking if I'm being accused that I'm a being tagged in this clip.
He's the easiest person to blame in anything Faze related, bro. So easy to blame Faze Banks. I thought it was Faze Banks. I am not even gonna lie. My mind immediately just went to him. Why? Because, bro, I don't know. Like, I guess it's just some hater shit, bro. Because you know the nigga rich as fuck, bro, and he just been living it up. He doesn't even make content anymore. So you're just like, damn, maybe in his free time he wants to do some weird shit. That's my bad. I shouldn't have assumed that.
His reign on Fear Buck.
But imagine it comes out that it's actually him, though. Because him saying it's not me. Oh, I'm not a pedophile. You think the pedophiles are actually coming out here saying, oh, I'm a fucking, you know? I don't think so.
The first thing that needs to be addressed is obviously this shit. It's a very heavy accusation. It's
Very,
a life-shattering,
heavy.
life-altering accusation. That's why this is the first time that I'm speaking about it. I have to speak about it now. Norton, pause. You're saying that Faze Temper is a which that is who he's talking about in the clip.
Temper?
I'm like, whoa. That's Tommy. That's our brother. This is who we.
Oh, is it a guy that said the story about like the 17? Is that him? That Face? I don't know these guys, man.
Started this Faze shit with. I'm calling him. That was the first thing I said. I'm calling him and I'm calling Apex because apparently this is something Apex is aware of as well. Norton and Tommy or Norton and Apex are the closest on the team. So obviously if Norton's going to talk to anybody about anything and be transparent, it's Apex. Tommy's first initial knee-jerk reaction to all this shit was, what the fuck are you talking about? Norton, no, this is not what the conversation was like. You're misremembering, you're misinterpreting. Obviously Rain is coming back, standing firm.
Banks goes on to pretty much say that after Rain tells him that Temper is this pedo, he then patches in Apex and Temper into the phone call in which Temper refuses to acknowledge these accusations, says that, hey, you're misremembering these things, Rain, etc., and they go back and forth. But hearing from Rain, the person who's calling out this pedo in this situation, it seems that he has a pretty vivid memory as to what happened.
Tommy said this verbatim. He said it wasn't a threesome with two 16-year-olds. Actually, it was a 17-year-old. So all of a sudden now it's 17. One was 17 and the other one watched. That's what he said. And then he started bringing up all these random laws. I don't even know, these weird consent laws, like Romeo and Juliet, this, yada, I don't fucking know. And even Banks calls me after and he's like, bro, what the fuck is like up with that law shit that he brought up? So he knows he did some shit that was wrong. He knows that. It's just, I don't like the denying of it. And I feel like in this video, you're trying to paint me like I'm lying and making shit up and just saying shit to say shit when you know that's not the truth, bro.
Yeah, I saw that. I heard that.
That does sound very vivid. That's a very vivid description. Sounds like he remembers how that conversation really went. I'm not gonna lie.
Weird stuff, but a lot of the Faze group is weird. People were digging up Temper's tweets from 2012. Mind you, he was born in 93. That kind of validates some of these claims.
93 in 2012. 2012 he was 19.
In the court of public opinion, I don't know. It's extremely nasty.
Odd, but I got nothing to do. I think it's just like this happened.
What if I like career? Wow, okay.
I don't know the specifics of anything.
Now there are.
So what do you say? He said, "Kid, you hang out with 16-year-old girls. Stop acting like you hard as you fucking feel. Mind your business. What if I?" And you see, I guess 2012 was a time where you can say stupid shit like this and it wouldn't be, people would automatically assume you're joking. This can never fly in big 2025, bro. Can never fly. And even seeing this now, yeah, we're in 2025 now, people are gonna see this and be like, yeah, you are tweaking, my boy.
This happened, dude, because I don't know the specifics of anything.
Now there are wild accusations being thrown around the internet. And the beautiful thing about the internet, and I say this oftentimes, is that most of the time the other person exists on the internet. So we don't have to wait too long to hear Temper give his actual opinions on this or what he's saying. And of course it's filled with deflections and denial. And not that I'm saying that I've picked a side. I just think that it's very interesting as to how he says a bunch of stuff, and that bunch of stuff has nothing to do with the situation. His first video specifically.
The fact that I'm even having to respond to this,
so it is this guy.
That my name is in the same breath as the word is so sick, twisted, and insane. This is disgusting. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not that type of person. I am the furthest thing from what you called me.
We're all shit-faced, and I end up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17.
How could you go from denying to admitting all in the same breath? And look, the devil is in the details, because the way that Tommy or Temper or whatever his name is goes on to give 3 extra minutes of just story time about how he's a father, he proposed to his girl, etc., etc., lets me know that he did do these things and he's not owning up to and admitting. But also there's some things that are important that he left out that don't line up with even Banks' story, like Banks and Rain's story, which I find to be very, very interesting.
I'm gonna say about the Tommy situation because he made a video confirming it, but the details did get switched a little bit because originally it was 2 16-year-olds and it was a 17-year-old and one was watching, and now a 17-year-old and he didn't know her age. If you didn't know her age and you said that to us at least once, we wouldn't be here, bro. I would not have treated it the same way if you said you didn't know.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, bro, he said the way it was like he didn't know he got into it and then he found out after. And I'm like, at that point, it's not like he didn't know willingly what he was getting himself into. At that point, like, I can't fully blame him. Like, it's like, okay, he did something, yeah, didn't mess with a fucking minor, but like, he actually didn't know. But it seems like what Rain is saying is, oh, that was never the conversation back when you were telling us this stuff. It sounded like you knew, you were fully aware, brother, and you were almost excited about the fact that they were 2 16-year-olds. Information scrambling.
Because that changes everything. You never said that, not once. Literally not fucking once. This is news to me.
And that's very important to say. That's a detail you do not want to leave out. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't know.
Another one bites the dust. Now, I want to be clear, this doesn't affect Faze as a whole, and I'm not making some sweeping indictment on them. How this does
Indict these niggas.
affect the bigger group and
Destroy
the name
'em.
and stuff like that going forward is, you know, up to the internet's interpretation. But these are 2 dudes who have distanced themselves from the group, at least the new version of the group, publicly for a long time. I just think that it's so strange that we exist on the internet with all these people who have been touching and doing stuff to kids. Like, it's been a long time, which kudos to the fact that it's been a long time, because I remember we were going through a stretch of videos on this channel calling out Preds. You know, I'm talking people like Dr. Disrespect and the others that were dealing with children that were public facing on the internet. Weird shit like that. But listening to Marcus King's reaction about this situation made me really think about who people should be aligning with, whether it be from a fan's perspective or from like creating content's perspective.
That's why I'm telling you, I'm never, bro, that nigga will never see me in a group, because someone else being a weirdo in their own weird time could bring you the fuck down. You don't know what these niggas be doing in their free times, y'all. Fuck no, nigga.
YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, social media as a whole has been built off this concept of like idolization, envy, worship, all these other things like that for these figures at the top. People put them on a pedestal, but at the end of the day, not only are they not just human, but they're also some of the worst people in their free time. I can think of so many people over this past year or 2 years that I've covered on this channel talking about the weird stuff they've done in their free time. Whether it be Mr. Beast Chris Tyson, DJ Academics, Dr. Disrespect, Faze, Temper. There's just so many people that have been outed for doing a bunch of weird shit. And it's so sad because these people are aligned with people who are ultimately innocent, but those people's names will be dragged through the mud. Now, will the internet go on and pass? For sure. The North will remember though, and it just is a message to anybody and everybody who is still out there idolizing.
Talking Game of Thrones though, don't take me back. Don't take me back to the good days, man. The King of the North, Jon Snow. Damn, that was so peak. Man, I miss Game of Thrones.
Anybody putting people on a pedestal and just not taking them for their entertainment value. 1, they're probably weird. You don't know them like that. Keep that parasocial shit in the playground. And then 2, and most importantly, watch who you align with. Just watch who you align with when doing your own public endeavors, because their actions can ruin your name.
What's the lesson of the video? Stay away from kids. I gotta spell it out for y'all. Stop it. But yeah, man, that's the end of the video, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I will see y'all in the next video, man. Ayo, Gerald. Out.